Hi, I'm Angelic Darkpoint, and welcome to Anime Debate, where today we're going to be talking about, well, something a little bit tragic. We're going to be talking about the backstories between Sasuke Uchiha from Naruto and Jiren from Dragon Ball Super. I have my amazing friends with me, Mr. JSS and my friend Damnation. He's going to be talking about Sasuke Uchiha, while JSS is going to be talking about Jiren. And the first question for you guys is going to be whose backstory is actually more tragic. So let's start with you, shall we? Mr. Book on the chair.
I'm gonna kill you, Red Lobster. Hey. anyway, Sasuke has gotta be more tragic. I mean, from a young age, watching your own parents and your entire clan slaughtered by the one guy you pretty much looked up to, that can pretty much mess you up. Like, think about it. There are people you look up to, right? Imagine one day they're doing one thing you expect them not to do. Like, that can really mess you up.
It's like Bill Nye the Science Guy. Like,
Yes.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Yeah.
Of course, every episode there's got to be a Bill Nye the Science Guy reference somewhere in there.
Yeah, it's just like out of the blue. He's just like, yeah, I drive a Lamborghini.
What do you say about Jiren?
His backstory is not as tragic as Sasuke's. You can clearly tell. As we could tell from this backstory image, we see that he was actually just a normal kid. One day, he was just out playing, came back, and his parents, boom, just gone by an evildoer. And that ultimately led him to try to get stronger, and he met his master and his teammates. And then that ended up being more trouble for him because the evildoer ended up coming back and then killing his master and his teammates, ultimately pushing him to get where he is today.
Wow. Okay. So on the topic of tragic, whose backstory do you think was more traumatic to the character themselves? Like, you know what I mean? I think.
Do I have to say about the brother part again?
You could. I
Sorry,
guess.
Mr. Book.
All right.
Right.
So from now on, you're Mr. Book. I'm Lobster. You're Bad Driver.
he had perfect genetics for it.
so your traumatic thing is that it's still the brother, because even though it was tragic, it's still the same thing as the traumatizing
Yes.
from the brother.
Yes. I mean,
Which I can actually believe. Like if your own brother, the guy you look up to, like killed all of a sudden your entire clan.
I have a brother. If he actually did stuff like that, oh my God, I would have been just as messed up.
So what about you with Jiren?
I actually personally believe that Sasuke's backstory is way more traumatic towards him. But Jiren, his backstory is really kind of just a blank picture. It's generic backstory anime, like parents killed, teammates killed. I'm stronger now.
It's basically the same. It's basically the same thing with Vegeta. Only difference is his whole plan got killed. He doesn't give an ounce of shit about it.
Honestly, in the whole Dragon Ball universe, Jiren's backstory is probably the worst. Vegeta's planet got blown up by the person that's on his team, and Goku ended up killing his grandfather as a kid. And he didn't even know it until he was a teenager.
He didn't know about that until he fought against Vegeta, Mighty Ozuru.
Yeah.
That's actually true. I actually remember that episode. I thought I was almost crying at that point, because it's like, really, he didn't know?
Dude, if you didn't know about it and you killed someone, my God, that's gonna leave some psychological scars on you.
All right, so back on Jiren and Sasuke, who actually developed better as a character after the traumatic events?
Jesus. I'm about to say Jiren kind of developed a little more, because if you look at Sasuke's standpoint, he just went downhill. He just went downhill like every time. When it came to the academy, he was just a loner. Outside the academy, when he started training, it's basically the same thing. With Orochimaru and the curse mark, he developed a lust for power, and he even decided to go up against Orochimaru, even knowing that he pretty much almost destroyed the home village he was living in. And after he got the full power of the curse mark, after he killed Orochimaru, he killed his own brother. He was working with Madara, the one who corrupted his mind even more to join the Akatsuki, and almost destroyed the whole damn world in the Naruto universe. So yeah, I could say that Sasuke's development, not all that much.
I'm gonna have to agree to disagree with you there. Jiren's backstory actually led him to be a justice trooper, a pride trooper, and he does do a lot of justice, you know. He's a good person now, but Sasuke's backstory is actually way more better. It's way better. It's literally like the best backstory I ever heard. But then again, I've only watched Naruto and Dragon Ball Super.
Hate,
Awkward.
hate to intervene, but we're talking about backstory. We're talking about how much it impacted them. But yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is true. We're talking about like how they developed afterward. Like, do they still think about it, even though they're like technically they went good guy in the end?
Sasuke still, even though Sasuke has reformed in Boruto, which I admit, he still thinks about it at times.
Definitely.
He's like Batman, only without the sense of justice, or without the killing.
Yeah,
So-
I
so-
would agree with you there.
So you're saying Boruto is Robin?
Yes, yes, I'm saying that Boruto is Robin,
So
a whiny one. He's like Jason Todd. He's like Jason Todd, only without the dead parents and anger. He's well, actually, oh screw that, just without the dead parents.
Yeah, definitely Sasuke's is more. It's had more better character development because he was evil up until the point at the end.
Yeah.
It took Naruto to change him at the end. He had to go up against him, damage him to the point where he lost an arm, and he hasn't taken it
Can I
back.
go on that one? He won revolution after taking care of Kaguya. What kind of sense was that? Like during the whole thing.
He wanted to get a revolution because his brother was following orders by the old government of the Hidden Leaf Village. He wanted revolution so he can change the world to see what he has seen.
He basically wanted to go back to the world in his image. It's not really gonna work like that.
He wanted a world that didn't have self-sacrifice like that, because if he had it his way, his clan would be still alive. They wouldn't be planning a coup d'etat against the Leaf Village, and his brother would still be alive as well, along with probably Shisui Uchiha.
After actually we learning all that, I'm actually going to agree with you on this part. But forget what I said. What's the next question there, boss?
what elements actually helped the development of the character? I mean, I'm going to be guessing you're going to say Naruto, because the one guy he hates the most was the one that helped him the most.
Yes and no. Naruto did help him, but after he found out the truth from Itachi himself from beyond the grave, because in the manga they actually showed that Itachi showed him the entire truth of why he killed the entire village. Like his parents was even well aware of that, which caused him to think about all the stuff he's done. Which, like if you see his facial expressions in the manga, he's like always just. I know, angry. That's his default. I get it. But if you see him after you learn the truth, he was just blank. Like, you feel like there's nothing about him at all. It's just like blank. He's wiped clean.
Well, if you think about it psychologically, I mean, after like knowing he believed all these things for this so much amount of time. Now that he's learning, after you learned the truth about what really happened, can you really come back from all that anger?
No, that's what I'm trying to get. Like, you can't really come back from that.
You really can't. You'd probably be like depressed and scarred for life, and then afterlife.
So Mila Jovovich.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna say that Jiren's backstory did not it didn't really develop him as a character as much. It's just like throw him in there. Your parents are dead. Great. Your teammates are dead. I mean, like I said, generic anime backstory. It kind of just pushed him to get stronger, and that's it.
Yeah, not really much on the development side of things.
That's true. So last question is, who became better in the end? Like, who became like the better character, personality-wise, as well as moral-wise?
I know I'm the Sasuke guy of this, but obviously it's gotta be Sasuke. Because when we talk about the whole thing about the whole traumatic past, the impact and the influence, it's pretty much all of it's pretty realistic. Like, if we go through all that shit, you would pretty much want revenge, justice, and you might go on a killing spree as well if you go through all that stuff. So he went through amount of pain in his lifetime, something you can't really come back from. So he pretty much developed well. Even during Boruto, he's still developing really well.
I'm gonna have to agree with you there. Jiren hasn't really developed as much as Sasuke did. He's kind of just a blank slate right now. He's emotionless. He's only fighting for justice, and now he's not even fighting for justice at all, and kind of coming to the end of the term of power. He, as a character, hasn't really developed much from his backstory.
So, I think we can. So after all of this, after hearing both sides, obviously, I think we can all safely say that Sasuke is the clear winner of this one.
Yeah, I can agree on
Yeah.
that.
So Sasuke.
Sasuke.
Yeah, Sasuke has a more tragic backstory.
All right then. Sasuke's more attractive backstory. What do you guys think? Tell us in the comments down below of why you think that character should actually have the better backstory, or the more tragic, I should say.
Also, find our channel links in the description below and
Yep.
subscribe for more videos.
Yes.
That's the Corner Park View. See ya. Good night.